corruption. It will remove the corruption of democracy and freedom, and yet you want to blame the Muslims.
The question now facing the rest of the world is who will fill the power vacuum when Mubarak officially steps down? Will democracy take shape, or will a radical Islamic caliphate soon form? Well, the man who will join me now live from London believes that this is the beginning of an Islamic uprising in the Middle East, and perhaps even more alarming, he thinks the extremist group known as the Muslim Brotherhood will likely rise to power in Cairo. Here to explain those predictions and much more is controversial Muslim cleric Imam Umjim Chowdhury. Is that, in fact, this is, as you said, this is the Islamic revolution going on in Cairo. Can you explain that? Let me give you, for example, the Muslim Brotherhood's motto, which is their motto today: Allah is our objective, the Prophet is our leader, the Quran is our law, jihad is our way, and dying in the way of Allah is our highest hope. Allahu Akbar. Do you agree with that motto?
Yes, I mean, which Muslim would not agree with that? We do believe as Muslims that sovereignty and supremacy belongs to God. In fact, in the world today, there are two camps. One which believes that sovereignty belongs to man, at the head of which, is at the moment probably Barack Obama, and the other one which believes that sovereignty belongs to Allah, to God. And at the head of that, whether we like it or not, is Sheikh Osama bin Laden.
All right. So the Islamic Brotherhood that was responsible for the killing and the assassination of the Prime Minister back in 1948, and also responsible for the and involved in the assassination of Anwar Sadat in 1981, and also these writings influence Ayman al-Zawahiri and Osama bin Laden. These are people you admire? These are people that you would want to rule Egypt and in the Middle East?
No, I believe that the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt have gone through various stages. I mean, we've seen the removal of the British Empire there. We've seen the removal of dictators like Anwar Sadat, and obviously now Hosni Mubarak, inshallah soon.
I got that. I got all the motto, sir. Yeah. And their motto is jihad is our way.
Well,
wait a minute, and the Quran is our law. You want the Quran to be the law. You want an Islamic caliphate. And how do we interpret Sharia from your view? For example, can women drive? In Saudi Arabia, under Sharia, they can't. If women are raped, they need 4 male eyewitnesses. Women in Iran, under Sharia, are stoned to death. Is that the Islamic law you support, sir?
Okay. You know what the Sharia means.
Sir, I have example after example. Women are stoned to death in Egypt. Women can't drive under Sharia in Saudi Arabia. You yourself, sir. Let me finish my question. Yeah. You yourself, people who commit adultery should be stoned to death. You said that. You said that Egypt and America one day will be under Sharia law. You said every woman, Muslim or non-Muslim, would have to wear a burqa. Did you not say that, sir?
What I said was, in fact, and what I continue to repeat, is that I do believe that the whole world will one day be governed by the Sharia. That is a promise of the best man who walked the earth, the Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But let me say something. Look, there are many misconceptions about the Sharia. At the moment, we have about 55 so-called Muslim countries. None of them implement the Sharia. We have some examples, for example, where people are trying to implement the Sharia, as in Somalia, in parts of Iraq and Afghanistan.
Did you or did you not say people who commit adultery should be stoned to death? Did you say that?
That is not my statement, but I believe that. Certainly, I do believe that when the Sharia is implemented, and you have the
commit adultery should be stoned to death. Anyone who becomes intoxicated with alcohol should be given 40 lashes in public. You said that. Every woman, Muslim and non-Muslim, should have to wear a burqa and cover all but their face and their hands. And my question is this: That's your version of Sharia. Forget about the 55 countries. That's what you would impose on the people of Egypt, and you would rob them of their freedom, sir.
Billions of
I will
dollars
put America's freedom up against your tyranny that would force women to wear burqas, that would put people to death because they commit crimes that you don't agree with in choices they make, that you would give 40 lashes to people that drink alcohol because you are imposing your radical views on innocent people because you don't believe in freedom. And that's what an Islamic caliphate, which you support, would result in, sir.
That is why in America, in 28 states, bestiality is lawful. That is why in America, you know, you have over 2 million people in prisons. That's why in America you have the death penalty, but you have a long list of people who are waiting to be killed.
We would have less people in prison if
the Sharia eradicated poverty.
We would have less people in prison if we don't like what they do. We would cut their hands off, and we'd bury them halfway in the ground and stone them to death. You're right, the prisons would be half empty.
Let me tell you something.
Under your way of life, that's what we'd be doing. We'd stone them to death, just like in the barbaric ages people's throats. You want to cut off people's hands. Excuse me, I'm not finished. You want to cut off people's hands that steal. You want to stone people to death if they commit adultery. You want to rob Israel's land, and you're justified. And I believe, although you don't have the courage to admit it because you're a bit of a coward, that you believe that people that killed 3,000 Americans are going to heaven and they're going to get 72 virgins. So don't you see, can you not stand back from your sick, twisted, bizarre ideology here to see that those 3,000 people were innocent victims, sir? Can you not see that?
You know, yes, I believe in the Sharia. I believe sovereignty belongs to God. And the Sharia will come. Sharia will come to America.
And you believe in virgins in heaven, don't you?
Corruption, it will remove the corruption of democracy and freedom, and
hang on a second.
Want to blame the Muslims.
I'm a non-believer. I'm an infidel. I mean, should I, if I don't convert to Islam, should I die?
No. You can live under the Sharia. Your food,
I can live under Sharia.
Oh,
thank you, sir. Please, I thank you oh so very much.
Your food, clothing, and shelter will be provided, and you will not be exploited, unlike as in America and in Britain and in the Western countries. You will have the basic rights, and of course you will live as a citizen, unlike the way people are being exploited at the moment.
I must live as a citizen under Sharia. I've got to live under your caliphate and your way of life, and if I don't, I'll die. I'll be killed, and you'll feel justified. And you'll be rewarded in heaven.
Look, you've got to do a little bit more research.
We've had enough of this.
You cannot base your understanding of Islam on one trip to the library.
My understanding of Islam is exactly accurate. Your comments condemn yourself, sir.
Broaden your horizon a little bit more. You know, you're very immature.
Thank you very much for being with us.
Next time we can have